variables on both sides. So I need to get the variable on one side. Okay, and you need to pick which side you want it on. Okay, so the very first thing I'm going to do is I want to get variable on one side. So if I look at this very first one right here, now I very well could subtract the 3y to each side, but that's going to give me a 0 over here. It's going to give me everything else on the left hand side. So when I look at these kind right here, guys, I notice that there's only the variable here. So why don't I move this variable over to the other side? So I'm going to add 2y to both sides. When I do that, I get 15 equals 5y. And then I divide by the 5. And I get 3 equals y. Now I can check my work and make sure I did it correctly. 15 minus 2 times 3, does that equal 3 times 3? So 15 minus 6, does that equal 9? Voila, fine, it works perfectly. So this is my answer. Then, now on this one, you can move the 2p or the 5p, it doesn't matter. But you do have to get the variable to one side of the equal sign. Now, what I tell people is I personally like to have the variables on the left-hand side, but what I do is I look at which one's the bigger one. Whichever one is the bigger one, that's the one I don't move. I want to move the smaller one. So I'm going to move the smaller one to the other side. The whole point in moving the smaller one is so that you don't have a negative number. So now I do this just like the two-step equations, and I get negative 21 equals 3p, divide by 3, and get negative 7 equals p. And then you check your answer by plugging it back in. 2 times negative 7 minus 9, does that equal 5 times negative 7 plus 12? So negative 14 minus 9, negative 35 plus 12. This is going to get me negative 23. This is going to get me negative 23. Look at that. It works perfectly. So yes, this is my answer. Over here, if I subtract 5x from both sides, I could do that. Or I could add 5x to both sides. Well, so let's look at it. Which one do we want to move? As I said, I want to move the smaller of the two. Well, this one's the smaller of the two. So I'm actually going to add 5x to both sides. Why? Because it's much easier when you don't have negatives to deal with. So then I add 16 to both sides. I get 10x equals 30. I divide by 10 on both sides, and I get x equals 3. Then I plug it in to make sure I did the correct work. So 15 minus 16 equals 14 minus 15. Negative 1 equals negative 1. Yes, that sure works. So that means I have the correct answer. Then we'll do this one. Which one is smaller? Is negative 3g smaller or 15g smaller? Negative 3g is smaller, so that's the one I'm going to move. I get 9 equals 18g, minus 9. I add the 9 to both sides, I get 18 equals 18g. Divide by 18 and get 1 is equal to g. I check my work to make sure that I did the right work. Negative 3 times 1 plus 9 equals 15 times 1 minus 9. So I get negative 3 plus 9 equals 15 minus 9. 6 equals 6. So I did the right work. And G equals 1. Which one's smaller? The negative 8x is smaller, so that's what I'm going to move. So I'm going to add 8x to both sides. Oops, I forgot to draw my line down. I get 19x minus 21 equals 17. I add the 21 to both sides. I get 19x equals 38. Divide by 19. FYI, 19 times 2 is 38. So then I check my work to make sure it's correct. 11 times 2 minus 21 equals 17 minus 8 times 2. So 22 minus 21, 17 minus 16, 1 equals 1. Voila, I have the correct answer. X equals 2. Over here, what's smaller? The 3x is smaller, so that's what I'm going to move. I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. Look at that, that's a pretty one. I subtract 27 from both sides, and I get x equals 7. Then I check my work to make sure it's correct. 4 times 7 plus 27 equals maybe 3 times 7 plus 34. So 28 plus 27, does that equal 21 plus 34? That's a 5, that's 455, that's a 5, that's a 5. Yep, it works. So x does equal 7. Okay. So here, now, look at this. I need to combine like terms first. So now, before I can do any moving, I need to combine like terms first. I need to do this. These are like terms. So 2 minus 3 gets a negative x plus 8 equals 3x minus 8. Now, I need to add x to the other side. 8 equals 4x minus 8. Add 8 to both sides. Gets 16 is equal to 4x. Divide by 4, and 4 is equal to x. And then again, I plug in my numbers to make sure that I did it correctly. So 2 times 4 minus 3 times 4 plus 8, does that equal 3 times 4 minus 8? 8 minus 12 plus 8 equals 12 minus 8. 8 minus, so that's negative 4 plus 8. This is 4. 4 does equal 4, so I did it correctly. For a second there, I thought I did something wrong. Okay, over here. Again, before I can do anything, I need to combine like terms. So 21x plus 8 equals negative 9x minus 22. I want to move the smaller of the two, so I'm going to add 9x to both sides. I would get 30x plus 8 equals negative 22. I subtract 8 from both sides. 30x equals negative 30. Divide by 30 and get x equals negative 1. Then I plug it in to make sure I did it correctly. 13 times negative 1 plus 8 times negative 1 equals negative 9 times negative 1 plus, minus 22. So negative 13 plus 8 minus 8 equals 9 minus 22. Hopefully you see right here that those go away. So yes, it works. Okay, and here we go again. On the same side of the equal sign, so I need to combine like terms. Which one's smaller, negative 6x or negative 2x? The negative 6x is. So I'm going to add that to the other side. 6 equals 14 plus 4x. I need to move the 14 to the other side. I get negative 8 equals 4x. Divide by 4 on both sides, and negative 2 equals x. Then I make sure that I have done the problem correctly. Negative 2 plus 6 minus negative 5 times negative 2 equals 14 minus, 2 times negative 2. So this will get me 2 plus 6 plus 10 equals 14 plus 4. 8 plus 10 equals 18. 18 equals 18. So yes, I have the correct answer. Okay, and my last problem. Here we go. So I look here and I'm going to combine like terms. And that will get me 2x plus 4 equals 3x plus 8. I subtract 2x from both sides. I get 4 equals x plus 8. I subtract 8 from both sides. I get negative 4 is equal to x. So now I check my work and see if it makes sense. 5 times negative 4 minus 3 times negative 4 plus 4 equals 3 times negative 4 plus 8. So 20 plus 12 plus 4, negative 12 plus 8. I think I did some, this is negative 20. So negative 8 plus 4 equals negative 4. Negative 4 equals negative 4. So yes, I did